welcome to the 2015 Fin24 debt section. South Africans are still overwhelmed and drowning in debt. Today we speak to Anne Siroki. Anne was once on top of the world until she was crippled by life and debt. Anne is a former SA #1 beach volleyball player, and she's also the 2007 Shoprite Checkers SABC2 Woman of the Year. Welcome, Anne. We're so honored to have you.
Thank you so much, Mushfiqah, for having me on the show. And I'm really grateful that I could be able to tell my story.
That's wonderful. Many people who have been greatly affected and negatively affected by debt don't have the courage to tell their story.
Yes, I think life kind of knocks you down, and then you kind of sitting at the crossroads, and then you decide, what are you going to do about that, Anne Siroki? So in 2006, I was able to buy a brand new Yaris. 2007, I had won different accolades. 2008, believe it or not, after retiring from volleyball playing in the year 2000, I actually went back to play again. I managed to win with my team in the top 3 in South Africa. By 2009, I had my very first bad accident. 2010, the second bad accident. And by 2011, from having virtually no debt, found myself in R1 million worth of debt.
So within the space of 4 years, you went from having virtually no debt to having nearly R1 million worth of debt. How did you overcome that? Because surely when you are faced with bad health, you are faced with bad physical health, bad emotional health, and R1 million worth of debt. Does that not weigh down on you? Does that not feel like a physical burden in some way?
Yes, it does. It takes away your spirit. It destroys your moral fabric as a person. And for me, I removed myself from society. I wasn't able to face it. Besides the fact that I was going hospital in and hospital out. And I was kind of saying to myself, you know, there's still some money. You'd be able to pull this through. But when I realized that breaking my shoulders, both of them, in 4 places each with a dislocation on the left, there's going to have to be some serious work done on me and my body. And then just prior to that, 2 months prior to April when I did fall, I was this Good Samaritan. Let's call it a Good Samaritan for the sake of saying the way it is. And a dear friend of mine was severely in debt. Why? Because she was physically abused. And for me, doing the work that I'm doing, I understood that. And from her saying to me, Annie, I will be able to pay it back to you in about 10 days' time. I went ahead and I just lent her almost 200,000 rand.
So you go, you give somebody 200,000 rand when you're at the top of your game and everything is going fine, and you say, here's the 200,000 and pay it back to me in 2 weeks' time. No documentation, no nothing.
Nothing, just her word, because I mean, she's a great friend of mine and I've known her for like 10 years, you know.
Would you say that is where it comes in, where people are saying never lend money to friends and family?
But you know what, Mushfiqah, I think I'm probably one of the few people that would not do that. Irrespective of whether somebody would say to me, don't lend money to friends and family. I have been brought up in that principle, that when debt befalls you or when bad things falls on you, people just scatter. They disappear from your life. Yeah. And I think there's just a God in my life that says to me, no. What happens if somebody like yourself are at the top of your game? You are filled with so much blessing and everything. And you're coming to me and you say, Annie, really, I don't have. But what if I have? What if I have?
So you felt what you needed. You had it to give and you gave it.
Yes. And even now, while I'm busy restoring my life and paying back debt, when people come to me, I'm still helping. Because I'm still doing the giving principle.